In your announcement, you said the American people see a rigged game where insiders get rich and the middle class pays the tab. Now, that's coming from you. We talked to Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York. Could have come from him. Could have come from Senator Warren of Massachusetts. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, as a boy who grew up on a dryland cotton farm, the child of a couple of tenant farmers, I grew up in a house that didn't even have running water. I relate to people who struggle and work hard to get ahead. And when we see these Wall Street bankers, when we look back at General Motors getting sweet treatment, if you will, I believe in the bankruptcy laws in this country. There is nothing too big to fail from my perspective when it comes to banks or where it comes to big corporate entities. And I think Americans are fed up. I am. We're fed up by seeing Wall Street get treated specially, and you can't even get a loan from your community bank because of Dodd-Frank banking regulations. All of that has to change, John. I'm telling you, Americans are fed up with that type of inside where the rich get richer and the folks out on Main Street have to pay the bills.
What are you going to do about Wall Street then?
Well, regulate them. I mean, regulate them, make sure that that doesn't happen. If they make bad decisions, let them live with those bad decisions. Don't bail them out.
All right, but isn't that what Dodd-Frank is, regulations? Well, you were just saying that was bad.
Dodd-Frank is killing the community banks. Over-regulation in that sense. There needs to be some wisdom. My home state, one of the things that we were successful with was finding that balance between protecting the citizens and allowing the freedom for folks to grow, to be able to get loans, to be able to do the things that really matter. And Dodd-Frank just codifies into place these regulations. Big banks, and they hire all the lawyers, they hire all the accountants, and then they write it off and we pay for it. Community banks that are the real core of lending for small businessmen and women, for farmers in Iowa, you got to give them the freedom to loan to these people.
Governor, I want to get your reaction here. Hillary Clinton attacked you directly. Let's listen to what she said, and I want to get your reaction.
Here in Texas, former Governor Rick Perry signed a law that a federal court said was actually written with the purpose of discriminating against minority voters. He applauded when the Voting Rights Act was gutted and said the lost protections were outdated and unnecessary.
Governor, your reaction, but also Hillary Clinton's folks, and she says there really aren't a whole host of cases of voter fraud and that this is something you're just trumping up. Your reaction?
I think that the people of the state of Texas overwhelmingly support voter identification, and that's what this is really about. Hillary Clinton believes that all wisdom emanates out of Washington, D.C. She's the classic Washington insider, and she wants Washington to take this over. Listen, we've seen this with the Affordable Care Act. We've seen it with education policy. If you think that Washington needs to be controlling our voting and our oversight for voting, I just don't agree with that. And I think most Americans believe that the governors, the legislatures, and it overwhelmingly passed in the state of Texas. She's basically looking at the people of Texas and other states that have put these types of voter identification laws into place and saying, we don't trust you.